right, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is when you watch this video, just make it apply. Let's make sure everybody is staying in positive energy. Remember, this is a channel message, so it may not resonate with everyone. Remember, divination is confirmation, it's not the other way around. Whenever you have any form of divination, I'm telling you things that your ancestors have already told you through synchronicities, through downloads, through animals, insects, numbers, playing around with your electricity and your electronics. Your spirit team has tried to convey in some type of way, even through dreams. And the only thing these messages are is confirming what they have already said. If you guys are trying to reach me, you can reach me on Instagram. It is Rashad King 2017. Whenever you do leave a comment, and please continue to comment, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share, and make sure you comment so that we can boost the engagement. But keep in mind that if you have those specific questions, normally I don't answer. I have so many platforms, and so normally I'll go in and hit that like and the heart, letting you know that I acknowledged your comment and that I read your comment. But if you want to sign up for a reading, it is $80. You can DM me on Instagram, which is Rashad King 2017. I'll leave that in the description. And if you want to sign up just for consultation, and you just have questions, or you want to learn more about the orishas or whatever, then those are just typically just 30-minute sessions, and they're $30. But so yeah, if you want it, hit me up. That's the best way. I'm so busy with so many different platforms, and then even with my daytime job, the director of HR, it can be a lot. So the best way would be just signing up for a session. I love even helping walking people through rituals and things like that. So the ritual for today, because I'm going to give you the downloaded message, the ritual for today is going to be Psalms 1. You're going to get you a blue candle. And so there's a lot of oils you can use, like peace oil, money oil, love oil. And so normally I assume that, most people that follow me, which I mean, that is true. Most people that follow me are beginners. And so they don't have the different oils. They don't have the reversing oil, the cross oil, the love oil, the irresistible oil, the follow me oil, all these different things and the herbs. That's why I always just say the basics of anoint the candle with olive oil. Olive oil is a really strong oil that has a lot of spiritual components. And so you're going to take your blue candle and you're going to anoint that blue candle with olive oil. The wax, when I say anoint the candle, it's not the outside, it's the actual wax in the wick that you're rubbing a small amount in the wick. And you're not doing too much, because you do want it to you want it to burn. You don't want that to interfere with the flame, because the flame in and of itself is divination. If the flame is very high, it means that this is going to be successful and that you have good faith. If it's low, it's saying that, hey, you may want to watch your faith level. Maybe you need to read the Bible. Maybe you need to recite some prayers in order to increase your faith. If it goes out, that means it's telling you that that this thing can be unsuccessful, or there's probably no work that need to be done. And if it crackle, where it seemed like it's talking, that means your spirit team is trying to talk to you, and you need to pay attention to them. You need to pay attention and figure out what that message is. So we're going to take a blue candle. It's a long description, huh? We're going to take a blue candle, and you're going to rub that wax. And this is all about peace, bringing peace into your home. So you can, I want to say lavender, but I know most people won't have lavender. So you can just sprinkle some sugar in there. And I want you to, position is everything. I want you to lay it behind your front door. Somewhere, if you have a table and stuff behind the front door, lay it behind the front door, because you want peace to fill your entire home. You want peace to enter in. And so every single day that the candle is lit, we're going to keep going to it, and we're going to recite Psalms 1. Psalms 1 is all about bringing peace into your home, peace into your life. The channel message, when I was at my altars this morning, I go to every altar, the ancestor altar, then to all of the orishas. Spirit was saying, remember that your kid is the witness to everything. Your kid witness how you live. Your kids witness how you deal with problems. Your kid witness how you communicate with others and how you build circles. You know, your kid is the witness of how you deal with negative energy and how you deal with positive energy. And your kid is the witness of how you deal with challenges and problems in life. And so, Spirit was saying, like, some of you have to remember that even though you are going through all these things, the breakups, the negative energy that has been sent to your life, the lack that you have, that you still have to remember that there is a witness present. And that witness is that kid. Don't allow them to see you fall because of a challenge. Allow them to see you to rise. That's the most important thing. I remember, and we'll get into the cards. This was something that Spirit just brought back to my memory. I remember when I was in high school. I want to say I was probably in the maybe 10th, 11th, or 12th. I don't remember which one. And my oldest brother, he moved out of the house, and he had a house down the street. And he was going through a breakup because the girl he was messing around with at the time, she became pregnant and told my brother that that was his kid. And so he was there supporting her the entire time and everything. And then only to find out that the kid wasn't his, that the kid was his best friend's. And so my brother went crazy in that situation and actually got went to jail and then had to go to court. But the important thing, the main thing is that I remember going to I went to his house one weekend, and he was just in his bed naked, laying laying on his stomach, just had the song playing on repeat. And you can tell that room was so stinking. You can tell he didn't get up and he didn't take a shower. He didn't do anything. And so I remember, and this was a brother that I really didn't get along with like that. I all I'm gonna say is that he wasn't my favorite. Wasn't my favorite. My favorite was the second oldest, which was Leotis, and he passed 2 years ago. He was the comedian in the family. But I remember, my brother just laying there, wasn't taking a shower, song on repeat. And I remember I just was begging my parents. I didn't tell them what was going on. I was just like, oh, mama, can I please spend some more time here? And they were shocked because they know that that wasn't my favorite brother. And they allowed me to stay for a couple of more days. And, I was just watching my brother, and I was watching him because I was so scared that he was going to commit suicide. And that was the only reason I stayed by his side. And he was so depressed that he didn't pay he wasn't paying his water bill because the water was cut off there. um, and so it was crazy. And I stayed there. And I remember going in the other room, and I was just praying the entire time. I was like, Lord, please, get my brother through this. Don't let him do anything crazy. you know um, and then eventually I end up introducing him to one of my friends, and they were in a relationship for a while. So I just wanted to say that because Spirit is like, some of you are going through this deep depression, and whether it's isolating yourself, whether it's being extremely promiscuous, and you're bringing all these different people around your kids now because you're not dealing with the hurt and you're not dealing with the pain, that you're having sex with random people, even if you're not, even if you don't have kids, just having sex with random people, exposing yourself to getting STDs and HIV, that it's just doing toxic behavior. You're overeating, you're not going to work, you're drinking heavily. Spirit is like, you have to cut that out and focus on the positive. Yep. Overall energy, you have the Five of Cups in reverse. It talks about accepting, moving on, and finding peace. Self forgiveness, that you're forgiving yourself from allowing yourself to be in that situation. You know, some of you are some of you are depressed, and spirit is like, you need to get up. You can't keep grieving this every single day. What is the clarifier? What is the clarifier? Thank you, Eagle. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Bonda. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oludumare. Thank you, Olurun. Thank you, Olufi. Bless your people. Allow them to get the message that they need to hear. Ashe. So somebody is refusing to accept. You have the Eight of Baton as the clarifier with the the Eight of Baton is just the Eight of Baton. The Eight of Baton is all about speed, movement, and it's about separation. And so that's the thing that you're trying to get closure from this, because there was a situation that this could have caught you off guard, that husband came home and was just like, hey, I've been having an affair with somebody, and I'm leaving. That it was so quick, it was so sudden, it was unexpected, that this person could have completely ghosted you, and now because of that, you have a failure to move on because it happened so fast that you didn't get closure. And so now, because you have those but why, clouds running in your mind, this is the thing that's getting you stuck. Because you like, I don't even know how this happened. And you're trying to get to the source of it. You're like, was this witchcraft? Was it just somebody else? Was it, was it gossip? Did somebody say something about me? That somebody is, you're stuck. You're so stuck because you're trying to understand the why, and you're trying to understand the why so that you can get closure, not realizing that you can get closure without knowing the reasons behind it. What is the crossing energy? Thank you, Boom. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oludumare. Thank you, Olurun. Thank you, Lufi. Ashe. The Moon card. The Moon card is here that there could have been magic, because the Moon can represent magic, but there was some type of illusion. There was some things behind the scene that you didn't know, but subconsciously you knew something was wrong, but you didn't act on it. You didn't confront it. That you felt that there was a shift between your connection, but you just you kept it in the inside. And you know you knew like this person was doing something, and maybe you could have justified it saying, well, a man is going to be a man, or I don't have definitive proof. And then because of it, it just took you off guard. When the move happened, it completely took you off guard. This person just left. It was so much. The Moon card here, there was so much done. There was so much done behind behind closed doors. There was so much done in the dark. But what people don't realize is what's done in the dark will always come back to the light. That's the one thing about the moon. The Moon card remind us that there is another great source of light besides the sun. That people think that when the light is out, I'm gonna act my very best because this is what society expect of me. This is what my partner expect of me. This is what friends and family expect of me. And then as soon as the sun goes down and the moon rise, that's when we are like, oh well, because we're in darkness now. We can do whatever it is we want to do. We can let our true selves out. We can let out all of the unhealed trauma and allow that to manifest itself in being promiscuous and messing around with multiple people. But at the end of the day, people forget that you're not totally in the darkness. You still have a strong light in the dark, just like you have in the light. and that light is the moon. And whenever the moon is present, it's saying that I'm going to shine my light and illuminate. I'm going to illuminate the path that you will be able to see what is being done in the dark. And so there's definitely, things that have, there's a lot of things that have been done in the dark that is getting ready to be exposed. You have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is being overburdened. That you are, you know, Spirit is saying with this card, you you are making every little thing into a bigger deal. It's like, you know, you got to cook for yourself now, and it's like, oh, oh, this is a hard task. I'm just gonna go to bed starving. And it's like, how is that serving your highest good? You know, that some of you are just completely making everything it's a task now to get up in the morning. It's a task now to make your kids cereal, that you are probably going some days, and not saying that you're I mean, it's hitting on the grounds of neglect, but I'm not saying that you're a bad parent or a neglectful parent, but you're so depressed to the point, and you're making things such a big deal that you are, like not feeding the kids breakfast like you used to, that you might just be like, go in the pantry and get a Pop Tart. I don't feel like it. Like even for dinner, that you could have been the type of person that you made these big meals, making sure that your kid get the protein, the carbs, as well as their, vegetables. And now you're just to the point where it's just like, go get the salad in the refrigerator, go make you a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You know, is that, everything is just getting bigger and heavier for you. And then you have the death card here mixed with the Six of Wands. And it was saying that it was because that there was an ending, there was a death to this public recognition, because that's what the Six of Wands is all about. But that public recognition is being well known with somebody. That, that's one of the things that you're probably being overburdened about, where it's just like, my friends are so used to seeing me and him. My mom, my family is used to seeing me and him. The neighbors are used to seeing me and him. That you could be like, as soon as you get on the block, like you're quickly going into the garage and running in the house, closing the door and everything, so that the neighbors don't say hi, or that that the neighbors don't, talk, because you, in your mind, you're thinking, oh, I know they're gonna bring up, my ex-husband. I know they're gonna try to, figure out what happened, what went wrong. And so it's like, this mixture is like a mixture of paranoia, because you were like, everybody knew we were an item. And so now you're letting this get to, you're letting it get the best of you. You got to shake off this depression. Clarifiers, you had a tower moment. That, once again, you have both clarifiers. You have the overall energy clarifier as the Eight of Batons, which talks about, quickness, abruptness. And then now you have the first clarifier in this run, as the Tower card, that there was something that happened abruptly. And it was something you weren't ready for. It was something you didn't plan for, that it happened abruptly. And it put you in a, it put you in a lost. you know um you have the Five of Pentacles as the card of poverty. That it was such an abrupt change. And with poverty being here, it completely changed your way of life. That you were the type of person, maybe you went shopping every paycheck. Maybe Spirit said shopping every day. Being able to do things with ease. But now all of a sudden, everything is a hardness. It's harder for you to pay your bills. It's harder for you to keep the lights and everything turned on. It's harder for you to cook those meals and stuff now, because maybe you don't have the ingredients. That things are harder now because of this abrupt change. That even when you look at the Tower card in here, you have two people and they're falling in two different directions, which means there's a separation. You two are going in two completely different, you know um directions, but and it put you at a dark loss. It put you at a loss. You have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse, and the Ten of Pentacles is about the dark side of wealth. It talks about a lack of resources and a lack of stability. Some of you could be doing something on the dark side in order to make money now. And that's something that Spirit is like, keep in mind you have a witness. Some of you could be having sex, for money, meeting up with people, and it could be, it doesn't have to be like prostitution, that it could be, purposely having sex with people, having these relationships because this person is going to provide, let's put a positive note on it. Like, you're building relationship with people and having those, sexual relationships and stuff like that, only so that they can, give you the resources that you need. But there's no love, there's no connection there. And, with this, it could be, you could be dating multiple people, that you have 3 relationships, you're talking to 3 guys, and, having that, friends with benefit situation, also that you can, get out of this feeling of lack. You have the Eight of Pentacles, which talks about hard work. The Eight of Pentacles also talks about diligence and passion, and it's saying that like this is the only thing that's keeping you. Like, when it's saying that like this is the only thing that's keeping you, it's saying like the only time you will get up and be in a good mood is if you have like if you're meeting up with like one of the dudes or something like that. If you're about to have sex for the day, that's the only time that you're in a good mood. The only time is when you feel that you have that closeness with somebody else now, that you can cuddle and you can laugh and you can go on dates. That is saying like that's the only time you feel good. So like if this person is coming on Wednesday, your Monday and Tuesday was horrible, that you weren't even feeling it. That's when you got back into that depression and you was just like, oh, I don't feel like, just eat a Pop-Tart, eat a bologna sandwich. You're not dealing with the hurt and pain. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit, God. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, Spirit, God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. You gotta shake it off. Ugh. Man, you have the Seven of Swords, which means somebody betrayed you. Somebody was very sneaky. And that's the feeling that you're feeling right now, is that, like I said, there was an abrupt change, whether it was an argument, and from that argument, that person just like disappeared and ghosted you, and you like, what? Like, that wasn't even that bad of a argument. That was just a disagreement that you really didn't go crazy or anything. But man, that person just left. They betrayed, and then especially with the 5 swords in their hand, they could have left and took things of yours, like like this thing said, they could have left you and went to a completely different connection. That they just walked home and said, hey, I'm gonna be with so and so. I've been messing with my assistant the entire time, and they just left. And that, even when they left, they took things in the house that belonged to you. They could have took, furniture and stuff like that, and just left you, hanging, But the world card is here, and it's saying that this is completed. Let it be completed. It's not completed if you keep reliving it. And so that's what the crowning energy is saying. The crowning energy is saying that great betrayal, you got to let go. You got to forgive it. And forgiving is not the benefit of the other person, is forgiving so that you can release that energy. you have the Ten of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles, which the Nine of Pentacles, it talks about discernment. And it's like, instead of trying to get closure, you need to seek discernment of this situation. Where it's like, closure, you keep thinking that it involves the other person. And so you're trying to manifest back somebody that hurt you more than anything, just so that you can get closure. And Spirit is saying, no, don't get closure. Get discernment from this situation. Learn something from this situation. It's something that you're supposed to know. Let's see what the clarifiers. What is the clarifier? Clarifier is the Page of Wands. You need to get some inspiration. Find something that's going to inspire you. Find something that's going to pick up your spirit. Maybe go to church. Maybe read the Bible. Maybe, study spirituality. Six of Cups is Six of Swords is the challenge position. Is all about leaving things behind and releasing. With this being your challenge, is saying that you're not releasing right now. And of course, that's what this whole reading is about. You're not. That's the one thing. This the importance of releasing. When we don't release, we keep reliving the most painful situations in our lives. That is when we are in this state where we now feel that we're undeserving. We think that we are even undeserving of ourselves when we're in this state, because it's you don't deserve to keep reliving this. When we keep reliving the same moment over and over because we're refusing to let go, that's a state of punishment. That now we're punishing ourselves. And we have to ask ourselves, what are we punishing ourselves for? Release. Release the fact that you didn't listen to your intuition. That's okay. Let's do better next time. That's what the discernment is for. Let's do better next time. Next time, let's listen to it. We know the signs now. We know how to decode messages from our spirit team. So stop punishing yourself. There's no need to punish yourself any further. Because that's all you're doing. You're punishing yourself. Keep reliving the same horrible moment in your life. Devil card. Of course, the devil card is going to be here. You're torturing yourself. You keep saying, devil, release from me. I bind this negative energy. I'm sending this negative energy back to sender, not realizing nothing is attacking you right now. That magic has been cleared. That demon has been slain. The only thing now is your mindset. You're still pretending as if it's here when it's not. The one thing about the Israelites, when they were led out of Egypt, they were in prison so long that their mind was conditioned that even when they were out of Egypt, they didn't even realize it. They never realized that they were out. And because of that, they conditioned their minds so much to keep reliving that situation over and over and over, torturing themselves by not releasing this energy, and it's going in their mind over and over and over, that they created the wilderness to be exactly like Egypt. They automatically created the wilderness. As soon as they got out of Egypt, they went into the wilderness, and the wilderness was only supposed to be for a short period of time, and they stayed there for years. People were able to have babies. They were able to create the next generation. They stayed in the wilderness so long because they never released this. And the moment that they released, that's when they went into the land of milk and honey. You have to release. Holding on to all of this pain is only torturing yourself. And now there's a refusal to move on. That as much as you say you want love, you're closing yourself off from love because nobody else can come in. You'll be that one that never remarried. The person that went out, remarried, the one that cheated on you, and you just stand put for the rest of your life. You have the Nine of Cups in reverse. Nine of Cups is about a wish fulfilled. It said wishes are not being fulfilled. And it's all because of that devil energy. You're choosing to hold on. The Nine of Cups is about a lack of inner joy. Always being dissatisfied. No inner happiness. You're torturing yourself and robbing yourself of happiness. Spirit says some of you are missing the kids' game. Some of your kids are in sports missing the kids' game because you're so depressed and so down and can't get yourself together. Spirit says some of you are like putting alcohol in cups and stuff, drinking it all day because you have allowed this to just overtake you. You have the King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords is loud because the King of Swords has power and authority. People fear the King of Swords. Never know what he's gonna do. He might chop you off real quick. It's like the energy of Peter. I'll say you, Jesus, whole ear cut off. But when it's in the reverse, it talks about quiet power. That somebody was able to mute the King of Swords. All that power and authority they were able to mute. Which means that you are self-imploding. Just self-imploding and waiting to explode. Card at the bottom of the deck is the Empress, which is what you don't see coming. What you don't see coming is abundance, nurturing. What you see is the Empress is getting ready to come in. This could be a mother figure. This could be somebody coming in to just love on you. Even the next card, you have the Knight of Swords in reverse, and it talks about being restless. That this person is gonna they're gonna get on your nerves because they're gonna this person is gonna be very annoying to get you out of your funk. That they're gonna, you don't want to talk to nobody. They're gonna keep calling to check on you. They're gonna pop over your house. They probably got a key to your house. Forcing you to eat, bringing you breakfast and everything, inviting you out to places because they know you're neglecting your body. That's good. This help is coming in for somebody. Especially with the drinking problems, it could be somebody, forcing you away from alcohol. I just hope you respond so that you can get out. You gotta overcome this depression. Look around and find some signs. The universe is speaking to you. Universe is speaking. Card at the bottom of the deck on this one is make time to play, have fun, and be free. Yes. Because you got to get out. This, you're completely stuck, overall energy, because you're trying to find acceptance. You're trying to find closure to this situation so that you can finally be at peace. And you're doing this because of a quick separation, a rapid separation. Blue candle, olive oil, man. And sugar, sprinkle some sugar. And leave it by your front door, man, and recite Psalms 1. Whew, you gotta find peace. All right. I hope you find peace. Let it go. We can. Thank you, Goon. Thank you, Spirit Guides. Thank you, Ancestors. Thank you, Sarah Banda. Thank you, Risha. Thank you, Yeshua. Thank you, Oludumare. Thank you, Olurun. Thank you, Olafi. Ancestor, Spirit Guides, and the Goon that is around us that wants to serve our highest good. May you circle around us, a shield of protection, that we will be protected in this life and that we will have peace. Elegwa, may you open the door and allow us to be blessed. Obatala, may you heal these people's mind, giving them clarity and giving them peace. We thank you, Elegwa, for opening the door to communication. Ashe. Oof, Elegwa is the beginning and the end. You start with Elegwa, end with Elegwa. The only person that is before Elegwa is the ancestors, spirit guides, and Igum. That is the pantheon. You have your ancestors, then you have the Orishas, and then you have God, Oludumare, Olorum, and Olafi. Ashe.